This is the biggest mistake that every single coach I know makes on Instagram, right? Genuinely, every single coach I know makes this mistake. And it is the easiest thing to fix, but it's also the hardest thing to fix because everyone feels like it's what they need to do. So I'm going to keep this video as short as I possibly can do, and you can stop doing this, right? And I even had a new mentoring client come on board. Now, I don't have a mentorship, right? I just work one-to-one with coaches to help them grow and scale their online fitness business, right? Because I actually have grown and scaled my online fitness business. We'll do over £500,000 in the next 12 months. I still run that fitness business. I've got a team of coaches. I still have over 80 one-to-one PT clients. That's the one thing that separates me from other mentors, right? Who've never ran a fitness business, or they completely fucked their fitness business, thought, you know what, I'm going to be a mentor. Fuck these folk, right? I'll try not to swear as much. But yeah, so the number one thing is, and this is the one thing I want you to remember from this video, right? You watching this, you are your niche, right? Now, even within my niche, and this is a perfect example of this, right? So I've got a coaching team. Now, we have 6 coaches at the moment. We've just brought on coach 7 and 8. We have not branded either of these coaches yet. And we have coach 9, who's potentially going to be starting end of September, right? Start of October. So, this is the perfect example. We're all in the exact same niche, under the exact same branding, under the exact same company. Now, at no point will any of us ever run into a shortage of fucking clients because there's more of us, right? There's more coaches, because people buy me for me, right? People buy, so Emma's the first coach I ever brought on, right? People buy Emma for Emma. And this was the one thing that actually happened. When I first brought Emma on, I realised the benefits of this, because there was definitely one, I think there was more than that, right? But there was definitely one client. I'd had a consultation with this woman maybe 2 or 3 months before she booked a consultation call with Emma, and she became one of Emma's clients, right? And the main thing was that she didn't really feel comfortable working with me because of my guy, blah, 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 right? And I'm very outspoken and fucking call it as I see it. Same as Emma, but again, a female, from a female standpoint. So this client then reached out to work with Emma, and I thought, right, that's good, because I still technically have acquired this client in my fitness business. I don't even work with them, right? So you are your niche, right? So this is the one thing that I see coaches talk about all the time. And even one of the guys that I've recently started working with, he put a video, not a video, he sent me a few bits of content to look at, right? And it was just the most random generic PT stuff, right? And we were kind of going against like 5 unpopular opinions, right? And then it was all very much fitness-based stuff that every single other coach would have. Like, you do have time to get to the gym. You do need to hit your protein targets, blah, 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 right? Just usual shit. And I was like, see, for your target market, mate, do you actually believe this stuff? And he's like, not really. And I was like, right, so if you were actually talking to one of your clients about these 5 topics, and they came back to you and they said, look, mate, I really, really struggled to get to the gym 4 times this week, but I managed 3 sessions. Like, what would you say to them? And he's like, well, it's fucking fine then, isn't it? Like, you've still managed 3 sessions, it's been busy, your week went fucking tits up, but you still managed 3 out of 4 sessions, which is good. So we completely rephrased this whole post and made it fucking he's got 2 calls booked in this week. I'm pretty sure he does. He texted me yesterday. Brand new, just started working with me. So again, the way that you word things, the way that you get things across is going to be completely different to anyone else. And you need to remember that the last thing you want to do is just blend in with every single other coach. But every single coach is watching every single other coach that they know, and they're going, right, that's a good video idea, that's a good video idea. And then they just fucking copy the video idea. Like, not so much word for word, right, but they go, that's a good idea, that's a good subject, let's just do the same thing. And it's the same generic fucking pish that no one wants to hear. Get your stuff out, right? And I put a post up about this today because I piss a lot of people off, right? That's just me. But I pissed a few people off at the start of the week, and I put a call to action out this week. And my niche is emergency service workers, right? So I own Blue Light Coaching. You might have heard about it, you might not have, right? But the majority of people in the UK, even Australia, Canada, we get people from there, they've heard about Blue Light Coaching, right? And I put a call to action out today, and I basically started it with like a video of myself after the gym this morning, and I was flexing in the mirror with my back, right, because I trained back, and I put a call to action up, and it basically started off saying, It actually blows my mind that men think it's acceptable to be in the police, right, or work for the emergency services, and yet they're cutting about with fucking love handles and they think it's acceptable. So I put that up, right, and I had a couple of people literally within the first 10 minutes fucking pissed off, offended by this post, right? And I put this up on my business page afterwards, and I was like, this is the kind of shit that you actually want, because for every single person who's kind of pissed off with stuff that you post or disagrees with it, you're going to have the equal and opposite reaction of people who do agree with it and who move from just this kind of passive viewer to go, do you know what, I actually fucking like this guy's stuff. And you might even have that from this video, right? From myself, right? This might be the first video you've watched, and you go, do you know what, I fucking like this guy. He swears all the time, he's Scottish, he's fucking on the spectrum somewhere. Like, you might just then move a little bit closer to wanting to be my client in the future and liking more of my stuff because you know more about me and my personality, right? And this is the thing, there's lots of business mentors, so why do my clients choose me? Because it's me. They like the things that I stand for, they're against the things that I'm against. Like, we have all these same views and opinions, because if we really break it down to fat loss, it's been in a fucking calorie deficit, mate, right? Everyone fucking knows that. So why is it that there's some coaches like me who make hundreds of thousands of pounds a year and build these successful businesses, and then there's other coaches who struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle? Like, it doesn't make sense when you think about it from that point of view, but it actually makes perfect sense when you start to realise, right, okay, this is where I'm going wrong with my content. By me posting about, oh, here's another quick fucking protein fix, here's a quick protein shop from Aldi. Like, no one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. So you need to actually just start standing out in your content, right? You need to stop talking about fitness shit. Even do this, right? Go onto my coaching page. It's at Blue Light Coaching on Instagram, right? Very rarely do I talk about fitness. And if I ever do talk about fitness, I usually tell stories, storytelling content about my time working as a cop. I was a cop for nearly 10 years. I worked in the NHS for 5 years before that. It's usually about my time working in the emergency services and mistakes that I've made so that other people don't have to do it. But most of the time, I just tell fucking stories and I just kind of bam people up, right? That is it. So you need to just come out your shell. You need to be fully you on social media. And instead of you trying to find your niche with the stuff that you're posting on social media and trying to make it niche specific, just post whatever the fuck you want to post and let your people find you.